The following is a conversation between Matías De Stefano, referred to as me, and his higher self, referred to as I am. The date is March 13th, 2021, and the subject is the emotional aspect of the third eye chakra in the sign of Pisces. Me. Now that I think about it, if nothing exists, if everything is an idea, a holographic image that is ordered to create the idea of space and time, of being, then this means that there never was a place, no person, and we are only living a non-existent fiction, a dream. I am a utopia. That is today's topic. Utopia comes from the Greek ou, meaning not, and topos, meaning place. Utopos means without a place, a space or place that does not exist, is not there. And by becoming utopia, it describes the idea of a place that doesn't exist. The concept utopia was used to describe imaginary worlds which cannot be visited and which have everything you can imagine in your dreams. Olympus is a utopia where the gods live together, drinking milk and honey. Paradise is a utopia where people of Semitic traditions, Muslims, Jews, and Christians, believe that they will live after death. An idyllic, magical place where the most wonderful thing you can imagine awaits you for all eternity. Valhalla for the Nordics, Hananpacha for the Andeans, and many other names refer to that place where gods and souls meet, where free spirits dwell for eternity. Utopias are born from the dream of every human to find a place to live, where they can find everything they need and be at peace. Do you remember the migrations? Me. Yes, the first humans who launched themselves in search of food after droughts, migrating to different areas, hoping to find food and fertile ground. I am. The incessant search for a place that possesses everything began to nourish the minds of people decorating this place with their dreams, making it increasingly impossible to find this place on earth. So, it must surely be in heaven with the gods. For this reason, they referred to it as the site of the non-site, the place without a place. Religions were formed around this idea of well-being, the idea that one day, if not in life, then in death, they would reach this place of their dreams. The old people recounted how magnificent this site was, and the hallucinated young people could not wait to find it. But the key was to live. If people killed themselves to go to this place, they would never find it, because this is the home of the just, of those who have lived with will, love, wisdom, and no coward, suicidal, treacherous could enter, murderer. This is how they created morality, and the utopian idea helped to regulate good and evil, and the search to stay alive in a straight and just way. Utopia became key for the human, until one day religion stopped satisfying them, and they rediscovered philosophy. So, utopia became a world of ideas, a place where all thoughts existed free, where a lover of the existence could find all the answers. The world of ideas became the new utopia, which built, manifested this reality, the topos, the place. And they themselves understood that there were two ways to manifest utopia: dystopia or utopia. The first comes from the denial of a site, dys, referring to imperfection, more than a dream, a nightmare. And the second, coming from eu, prefix for new, that is, building a new place. The world of utopian ideas explained that as long as we are not wise, intelligent, as long as we do not inquire into the truths of this utopian world through the dialectic, the science, the technique, the study, then this world would manifest itself as a dystopia, in which everything is chaotic, warlike, conflictive, a nightmare come true. But if we could study, become wise and upright, then we could make utopia real, creating a new world, a utopia. However, it is easier to control others by selling them their dream ideas than to make a dreamer wise and create his own reality. Me. It is more convenient for a state, a government, to control the will of its citizens so as not to lose authority and fall into anarchy. I am. Anarchy only occurs with uneducated people. Educated people, not indoctrinated, are people that live in order because they build outside what is inside. A dystopian world does nothing more than talk about the self-management inabilities of each individual. Me. But the same ideas are the ones that make the world turn into chaos, that is, the idealisms. I am. Philosophy turned ideas into the new idols, pareidolik images of the ancient world that represented the heroes and saviors, the enemies, the gods, the examples to follow, and that became very simplistic entities before the infinity of the imagination became limited. Thus, we went from idols to ideas, and they could be transformed, evolve, expand. But the cultural and educational conception did not change. Few had access to analytical thinking and critical thinking. The rest only received the chewed and processed ideas. In the same way as religions, ideologies became doctrines, and from intellectual illiteracy plagued societies with impossible utopias. Me. Communism, conservatism, capitalism, socialism, feminism, liberalism. Which ones? I am. All. Well, none is real. They are all ideologies ending in ism, meaning movement. They are waves in the sea, not mountains. In the same way that you wake up every day and, despite the routine, things are different, and then you sleep and the next day something else will happen in another way. No matter how small, a movement can never describe a topography. But what flows about her? What is constant here is life. The heartbeat, the breathing, your humanity, your basic needs, but not what you believe or perceive, what you speak or listen, what you do or feel. All this will flow, will be transformed, like a stream in the middle of a mountain. Its waters will always be different, and the mountain will remain there for millions of years. Me, what do you want to tell me with this? I am. That every utopia is born from a perception, and there is no ideological system that is the best. That's why they fail. And they fail because humans, in their ignorance of the existence, cling to ideas as if they were columns, pillars of the earth, when in reality they are water, air, something impossible to cling to. Utopia is not real, and must be maintained as such. Me. Why? I am. Because it is what keeps you moving forward. The universe is the greatest of utopias, since it is nothing, void, an image, an idea, which is transformed through millions of years of evolution. The utopia is the key of your search, of the dissatisfaction which drives you to create, to discover. Me. Pisces lives in that utopia. I am. For this month's consciousness, utopia is the reason we move. It is the inspiration to aspire to. Utopia, the perfect dream, is the formation of the most beautiful imagination, the intention of building a place where everyone is happy, where everything is perfect, where no one needs anything, where each being is free, and at the same time, The world is wild and natural together with the highest technology, where heaven and earth live as one, and there are no conflicts or divisions of any kind, where we are all one. Me. It is the idyllic dream of Pisces, the image of the greatest peace and hope that transcends the will of an individual, the one that incorporates the love of all individuals as a unit. It is heaven on earth. I am. It's what you came for, to become dreamers, building your own dream. As we said, there is nothing, no one, and no place. Therefore, you have no choice but to make things exist, manifest your own existence, and create that place. Me. But the ideologies you mentioned, the movements, the social utopias, didn't you say they're negative? I am. I didn't say that. I have only said that they are dystopias if those who seek to manifest them are uneducated and take the idea as an idol. Me. It's hard to get out of there. Humans look for what to cling to, and there are people who only have their ideas. I see many countries divided by ideologies, right, left, economic, political, feminist, ecological. It's so much that today any opinion pigeonholes you in one of those currents, even if you don't follow any. The need to belong makes us locate others in the utopias that others consider possible to exist, closing themselves to other options. I have seen families divided by this, cities. I have seen politicians turn their own people against them, scientists, religious, and even spiritual people. And even so, they all live in dystopian utopias, when they hear a different option, clinging to their belief. They who have the nerve to say that what is different, the ideas that are outside of the general picture, are the true utopias. I am. The movements of life seek to take us to a place that we do not know, that perhaps does not exist, and in fact, doesn't. The image we have of what should be will never become real until you do. You cannot project a utopia waiting for it to happen. The Piscean vision imagines in their dreams what should be, without the capacity to work on the will to make it so. For it to manifest, arise, exist. Remember, everything is a utopia, because nothing exists. So tell me, what stops you from making it real? Me. Nothing. I am. Become your dream, and you will live your utopia. Ideologies are linked to the emotion of the idea, to the expectation of the idol. For this reason, social movements based on utopian philosophies tend to create guides, leaders, who lead to portray this reality. The conflict lies when the leader or guide does not believe in utopia, but uses it as a survival mechanism. Fear, the fear of losing control, power, makes utopias become dystopian, as communism was. Me, people who thought that the evil of all humans was money, but they needed money to create their dream. I am. In the same way that the capitalist utopia builds the idea that you can have and achieve whatever you want and set out to do in life, knowing that the resources to achieve it are limited and a balance is necessary to ensure continuity. Each system, each ideology is a utopia in itself, regardless of its functionality. Believing that it is your ideology what will save and balance the world only makes you a dystopian being, clinging to a movement. So, you must let go of the idea. Free yourself from the emotion that imagining the perfect, friendly, orderly world causes you. You must free yourself from the expectation of an earthly paradise, because it will never be enough. Me, why? I am. Because existence is eternal, Matias. Eternal. And in eternity, the fixed does not make sense. The end has no logic. Do you understand? The utopia is precisely the idea that this site, system, time does not exist. Then you have only one option. Me. Imagine it. I am. That's right. Imagine it. Create the image, shape it, and you will get an idea. Get to know it, express it, experience it, integrate it, and transcend it. And when you have done it, you will become wise in this idea, and you will love him from the maximum unconditionality, without expectations. And there you will discover the will to make your dreams a reality. But pay attention, before utopia makes sense, you must let go. Free yourself from the emotion that it produces in you, from the emotional expectation of living it. Me, from that constant idea of how much longer? Will I see it in my life? Has the time come? How much more do we have to spend to live? Are we already in 5D? Or when did we leave 3D? When will the aliens come to help us? Utopian questions attached to the result. I am. If there is no origin or end, there is no result either. Only here and now, eternity. Emotionally clinging to an idea makes it unable to manifest itself. Living the Piscean emotional dream, the idyllic utopia, is the trap of 3D. To free yourself from the trap, remember that you already live in a dream. You already live in a utopia. And it is your responsibility to live it as a dream or as a nightmare. So, let go of utopia, knowing that you already live in it. Me. I am utopia. It lives in me, and it manifests itself in my coherence. I free myself from the expectation of living it, and I open myself to feel it in each step, in each breath. I am. You are the dream and the dreamer.